First thing first, I'm going to give some rebuttals to the proposition side of the house. First point, they were mentioned about the cyberbullying itself that would easily happen when there's when this anonymity are occurs and happen in this current situation, let us know. But we say that it is not always true because in current situations that if even if anonymity are not exist, that would these cyberbullying would still happen to the people who are like to showing their real identity to the social medias itself, ladies and gentlemen. So that we say that it is not always true if this cyberbullying would happen for because of the existence of the anonymity itself, ladies and gentlemen. And secondly, they were saying about the people who want to speaking out is it would hamper for them because of the existence of anonymity itself. They would not being they would easily not being noticed by the people because they are being anonymous in the social medias itself. Panels, we say here that for in this current situations we have so many like anonymous account in Twitter that are speaking up in in the Twitter itself, like by using the hashtags like Twitter do your magics, for instance, so that they would get like much more attention by the people in Twitter, so, and would make it trending, for instance, and etc. So that we say that it is not always true when people being anonymous is would be hamper for them because it would be hamper for them to speaking out through the social medias. Panels, we believe that every people have their own concern when they are uploading something or through the social media, playing and having friends and express themselves through the social media. We believe that there might be the unwanted things that could probably happen in social media towards some individuals, but especially being anonymous in social media, we know that most of people are regret this kind of anonymous account. For instance, they are disturbing them on social medias itself, like having like a spam and etc. But we say that uh, uh, so because of that is cyberbullying is currently happen. We say that social media would still toxic and violent without the anonymity itself, ladies and gentlemen. Panels, we think that cyberbullying also would still happen even if there is no like the existence of anonymity. But besides that, we believe that anonymity would brings more good for the people who are using or being anonymous wisely and not like disturbing any people and giving any detrimental for people and spreading like a hate speech and etc. Panels, we believe that anonymity brings more benefit for some people who are unlikely to communicate or socialize with other people in social media itself. In terms of there's so many like a crime that or the unwanted things that would happen in social medias itself. So that is one of their strategy to protect their self for this kind of things that they didn't want to be happen in while they are playing social media. The opposition's goals is clearly one to protect this kind of people who are having like a fearness to doing social lies or expressing their self to the social medias itself. We will bring 2 points in my argument. Firstly, about why is it unjustifiable, and secondly about the pragmatical point of view. But before moving forward, something that we want to clarify here that we didn't normalize that kind of anonymity that brings violent and online abuse to people, for instance, since they are doing criminal and deserve to having like a penalty. For instance, they are deserve to be reported or blocked by other people, and also maybe there's like penalty from the government itself, like to removing this kind of anonymous that are spreading like a hate speech and doing violence, since we are just advocating the anonymity that for the right thing to helping other people, like this other people like the vulnerable, for instance. Proceeding to our first argument, why is it unjustifiable? Panels, we believe that it will bring benefits for the people, for especially for these vulnerable people who are like um, need this anonymity in their social media. Three reasons why. Firstly, about the vulnerable one itself. Panels, we believe that not all people are having like a like a big power. For instance, they have like a many followers in their Instagram account or their Twitter account, so every people would having their intention attention on it. But panels, these some individuals who don't have that kind of thing are likely to scared for speaking up or express their self through the internet. We believe that anonymity, it would help this kind of people to express without having any fearless to showing their without having any fearless, ladies and gentlemen, because they most of them are likely to fear about showing their real identity, such as to showing their picture through the social media. For instance, they want to conceal about their religions and etc, so that by being anonymous, it would really help these kind of people, ladies and gentlemen. Secondly, about the writing of the individuals itself, people are having their own choices to still silent or being anonymous to protect their real identity, ladies and gentlemen, but they are still having their desire to having a friends to sharing about their bias, their story and experience. For instance, we have like a thread in in the Twitter itself that like there's a higher probability would having like many attention and many attention and being trending on the Twitter itself, ladies and gentlemen. For instance, we have like a KKN Desa Penari. But second argument about the pragmatical point of view, panels, we can see that if anonymity are used properly, are used wisely by the people who are having like a good intention, we believe in social media, we believe that it could help these people and having like a more sufficient or a comfortable places for them to express their self, to sharing their story and etc for on the social media itself, so that these kind of people who are fear, they will not uh, um, it would be like a comfortable place for them to sharing about their story and etc, ladies and gentlemen, by all the reasons before proudly to propose.